What's up, guys? What's up? Happy Monday, Manic Monday. My name is Jason. You're watching Ray of Light Tarot. Hold on here. Hope you guys are having a nice beginning to your week. So let's chat for a minute. First, I want to tell you the list is open. If you would like to get a mini reading tonight, you are welcome to. It's $20 for a question, $25 if you have two questions. List is open. I have a couple people on the list that I'm going to be starting with tonight. Hey, Janie, thank you for posting that, honey. Hey, Steph, welcome on in. There's my Rebecca girl. Good to see you guys. So I've been doing a cleanse. And oh my God, it's been a while since I've done a cleanse, you guys. And I'm just doing a 10-day cleanse right now, but I forgot how much the first few days of a cleanse is like torture. I really did not remember. You know, it's rough. It's rough. I've had some sleepy issues, and yeah, I'm not to the other side of it yet where I feel super great, but I feel pretty good. So I'm on day 5 today. No. And today's day 6, actually, right? Anyway, I'm actually doing more like 14 to 15 days. Thank you, Rebecca. You're on the list, honey. So I'm going to get started here pretty quick. So I have Stephanie, Rita, Malia, Rebecca. So I'm going to go ahead and do them in order. I actually might do Rebecca. I might do well, no, Malia, you said you were going to be watching from the car, so I'll keep you in the list in the order you're in. But yeah, the cleanse has been rough, like really, really rough. Hey, there's Malia. Yeah, so be careful with driving, honey. Thanks. I know, Rebecca, you were trying to get me to do a cleanse before with you, and I just wasn't ready yet. But it's dry January, we're like giving it a hard go. And so I think I've lost about 5 pounds this week, which is a lot. But I mean, the first week you do usually lose a lot. So I'm going to try to keep it going as long as possible. But yeah, I mean, I was not able to really do much the last couple of days. I haven't been able to get to the gym even because I just have been feeling so just like drained physically, drained emotionally, sleep deprived, everything. It's crazy. But other than that, today's probably been the best day yet. And like I said, day 5, 6-ish. Like I started in the middle of the day Wednesday, which is I know that sounds weird, but I'll explain it later. But so it's basically day 6 by now because it's the end of the day Monday. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to do like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and now I'm just wanting to quit at day 10, but I know that's not the right answer. I need to keep it going. So I will say this, one thing that's been really good is for the, other than my energy being drained, whenever you do, if you're like a reader or an intuitive person, or you do any kind of energy work, whenever you do a cleanse, it does seem to connect you closer to the non-physical world. You get more intuitive hits, readings go better, that kind of thing is good. So from that aspect, it's been good. But other than that, I'm just like, I feel like I could just lay my head down on the table right now, right on this little altar, and take a nap. But I'm not going to. All right, guys, so let's get started. We have to start at the top of the list. That's usually the best place to start, is at the beginning. And first on the list tonight is Stephanie. Are you still here, Steph? I think you are. I saw you. Anyway, Stephanie's on the top of the list, and I'm gonna do a energy read on the dynamic of her situation. An energy read on the dynamic of Stephanie's sitch. So let's do that. Let me say a quick intention, and we'll get started. Whoever sent me this angel, I think it was Darcy and Sparky, but I really love this little angel. It's like and you know what I love about it is that it doesn't have a face or hands. It's just kind of abstract, but I just wanted to let you guys know I keep it right here. Guardian angel. Lechachia, 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 lechachia. Are you guys with me? I just got a message that I was disconnected, and I think we're reconnected now. Tell me if you're there, guys. Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Guys. Yes, I'm coming through. All right, Steph. Let's take a look. No. No. We're not doing that. Hold on. We're going to use Millennium Thoth. Show me the dynamic between Steph and Mike. What's going on? What do you need to know about this connection? Show me. Okay, guys. Hear and see you. Even better, Janie. I can't hear and see you, but I can see your words, which is almost as good. Hello, Mona. Mona, the list is open if you would like to get a reading tonight. We're doing readings 20/25. $20 for one question, 25 for two. All right, Steph. Foundational energy. The Magus. That's a really cool foundational energy for you in this connection, because what that says to me is that you're both manifesting this. And what I mean when I say you're both manifesting this is this card tells me this is something that you and your soulmate or this person that you're connected to, whatever is going on in this connection, you're both having the same metaphysical intentions. You're both trying to make this become the same thing. So you have the same feelings and wants in this connection for each other. So that's a really great thing, okay? And then also what I see here is that with the Seven of Swords, there has been some mistrust, some things that have been held back and maybe not shared super openly in the past, but it looks like there's an end to that, because right beside the Seven of Swords is the Five of Cups, and that's like a death card, a grieving card. That's an ending. There's a hard end there. And then you have this person with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, here's the thing to know about the Knight of Pentacles. I've probably said this a million times, but I'm going to say it for the 1,000,001st time right now. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who, as far as like what their intentions are for you, how they feel about you, it's good. It's stable. It's the right intentions. The thing about the Knight of Pentacles, though, is it's earth energy, and earth energy moves slowly. So this means that the dynamic here is really good. It's a good dynamic. There's good things here, right? It's quality, but it's going to move very slow. It's not going to happen like this. And so with that in mind, it is important to be patient. Continue to be patient, right? You've also got this Eight of Swords hanging out here. You've got yourself a little trapped. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison. It's like when, a lot of times we get stuck in ideas in our head. This is not about getting yourself sort of unstuck. What this is about is watch what you're saying to yourself. Watch what you're saying out loud. Sometimes we'll get tired, and it's like when you're running a marathon. If you're going to run a marathon, how long is a marathon? 26 miles, right? If you're going to run a marathon, at mile 20, you don't have the option. If you want to finish that marathon, you can't start saying things like, I can't do this, I'm going to quit. Why? Because when you start saying things like that, that's only going to build the energy more of that. The feeling is, I can't do this, I'm going to quit. That's fine. Everybody has those feelings sometimes, but don't speak those out loud, because that's going to mean you're definitely not going to complete that marathon. You're going to quit because you're adding to that energy. Think of energy like a ball. And when you speak those negative thoughts that you're already feeling inside or thinking up here, you're only adding more possibility that you're not going to make it. What you need to do, if you really want to make it, even though you feel like you can't, but you want to, what you have to do is you have to say, man, I want to quit, but I'm not going to quit. I can't quit. I will regret it if I quit. You have to say that stuff out loud and that's going to help you get untrapped and unstuck. So remember that. The feeling, the thought is one thing. Saying it, typing it, any of that, that's a whole other ball game. And so we have to be very disciplined. If we want something to go a certain way, that we don't let our negative thoughts or our negative feelings get spoken out loud. The key is to catch the feeling and the thought and speak the exact opposite out loud, right? If that thought is not going to get you where you want to go. So that's what I think this is about for you. And remember that you'll notice how much better it serves you to speak something that is going to affirm what you actually want as opposed to what you're feeling or what you're afraid of. Practice that and do it. What I do is, we're humans. We're never going to be perfect, but with discipline and with practice, we're really good at, the positive self-talk and all that stuff that helps the external match up with what we really want it to be. It's just all about manifestation. All right, girl, I got you. Now, let me pull an oracle card for Steph. Jane Thing. The universe only answer is yes, right? And that's so true. The universe's only answer is yes. The universe says yes to whatever we feel, speak, manifest. So remember that. If you're not liking what you're feeling and you want it to be something else, you can start with what you speak. And that speaking will over and over the opposite of what you're feeling. If it's not aligned with what you want, will help it get with things to align and manifest in the physical with what you do want. And that's not really even spiritual stuff. I mean, it is spiritual, but really that's just law of attraction. That's just using the law of attraction, acknowledging the law of attraction and using it to your advantage, learning to use it to your advantage, right? Hello, welcome. I can't read your name. Even with glasses, I literally can't read half the time. So it's so weird. That's something that I don't know if any of you guys have experienced that consider yourself to be light workers and do energy work. But from the time, amazing presence you have. I could read that. Thank you. From the time I had that big spiritual awakening in 2018 to now, the more you focus on spiritual things and you give yourself over to the spiritual, the more your five senses get decreased. It's weird. I used to be a spell check, and I spell things wrong now all the time. My vision is not what it was when I started. It seems like your physical traits, that even your strengths, weaken when you become more, when you lean more into the spiritual, which is really strange. But I have heard other people say that they've had the same experience. You have the protection card in your foundation, Stephanie. So it's important that you remember you're protected in this, right? You're being protected, and you have a lot. Don't be afraid of negative repercussions coming from external people around you for any reason. You're protected. And you also have the priestess card come out. It says in the card, how are you being called to step up and lead others? So that's pretty interesting. Yep, I feel like I regressed or am a little more out of my body. Yeah, it's weird, right? You also had the leap card come out. It says, you go first, the universe will catch you. So full moon there. I think we have a full moon tonight, if I'm not mistaken. It is. I should have put that in the title tonight because that was the reason I wanted to go live and do minis tonight when I set it up earlier, is because it's a full moon. So happy full moon. All right, Rita's not here, so we're going to skip over her for now. Rita, I've been trying to get a hold of you to do a reading for you, but we got to get your questions, or you got to either come in live or send me your question, honey. So we'll do next was Malia. Oh, Malia's question is about her work situation. Career work situation for Malia. You love the eyeglasses on me? Thank you. Without them, I can't see ish at all. It's not good. I need to either get LASIK, which I've been thinking about doing, LASIK surgery, or get some better glasses. Welcome, Steph. Love you. Malia, what's the outlook for Malia regarding this situation? Okay. It looks, so there is a change coming, Malia, to this situation. So look at this. You have the universe card in the foundation. That's the same as the world card. It represents completion, balance, right? In this universe card, there is definitely an energy of getting caught up in abundance now, and some miraculous energy. What I find interesting is two rough cards came out here for you: the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So that what we were just talking about with Steph, that feeling of being kind of stuck or trapped even, and it's having an impact on you mentally is going on. And then with the Ten of Swords, that heart's being pierced. There's a lot of potential emotional and mental anguish here, but the 10 is an ending. So it is there's a hard end to this. It's coming to an ending and it's happening quickly. Then the Nine of Cups came out with the Ace of Pentacles. So the universe is offering you a new opportunity. Something new, something tangible is being offered to you, and it's going to bring balance with the Two of Pentacles. And then with the Emperor card, it's an opportunity for you to be really in charge. It almost feels like a new, I don't know if it's a new workplace necessarily, or if it's a new area of work within the same workplace, but it definitely feels new. And there is a big shift here because this is definitely balance. This is things being in sync. This is you being in charge, right? You having a sense of being your own boss, right? So this is really powerful. And the Nine of Cups is like that. That's that really good luck card. It's like that happiness, abundance, winning the lottery. So I definitely feel like there is a shift happening here, and all of this energy is coming to a really abrupt end. I would do the same thing though. If I were you, just start making sure pay attention. Start with the little stuff. Like I was just telling Steph, with this Eight of Swords card being here in your current energy, pay attention to your self-talk, right? Obviously, you're in a situation that's not perfect right now, or you wouldn't be asking when it's going to get better. And so whatever's going on, just work on the self-talk, the stuff that I think the longer we go, sometimes we forget, right? That we do have a big say in this. And there's an end in sight from the 8 to the 10 and then the Ace of Pentacles. So there is an end in sight. It's going to get better, right? Hey, Valerie, good to see you. Have you gotten a date for your sorry, hang on one second, Malia. Valerie, have you gotten a date for your surgery, honey? Any info on that? Just because we'd all like to hold space for you at that time, I'm sure. Devin. Oh, so Devin, if you scroll up in the chat, the information is listed in the chat how you can purchase a mini reading if you would like to. The way it works is the mini readings are in exchange for a monetary love offering. And when you actually Jane just put it in the chat at the bottom here if you want to check that out. And if you would like to get on the list, when you send the payment, just let me know in the chat and I'll add you to the list and verify the payment came through on my notifications. And there's just a couple people on the list right now. So I think it's one other person actually. So you're welcome to anybody that wants to is welcome to get on there. Not yet, end of the month, most likely. Okay. Well, we definitely want to know what's going on. So, but it's still a go. So like you're still having the surgery for sure. Okay. So Malia, back to what I was saying. Yeah. Just there's something good really close on the horizon. There's an end to this energy and a shift. It feels like a shift of your environment too. So I'm not sure exactly what that would be, and I can't imagine you changing your entire place of work right now. I don't know. Maybe my mind's getting in the way because I know you and I just don't think that's what you're going to do. But maybe the truth is that you are going to have a huge change. And that's because whatever it is, it's a good thing. I mean, that Emperor card is coming out strong as an outcome. 9 of Cups, Emperor. There's something just waiting to come in for you that's a huge and abundant shift. So can't argue with that. Let me pull a Work Your Light Oracle. Yes on the surgery. Okay. Well, we're all holding space for you, Valerie, and I know it'll go well. Happy full moon. Okay, Malia. You got the yes card. Just say yes. Foundation, break the chain. It says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So break the chain and just say yes. So when you get that offer that's coming in very soon, just say yes, because it's a big offer, right? I mean, this is pretty clear that there's a new opportunity for you. And it's going to feel like you're coming out of a hibernation. I know that sounds strange, but the way it feels to me looking at the cards is like going from a period of hibernation to suddenly like awake and back to feeling connected, and like everything feels back to being on the track it should have been on. And I don't know what the change is, but wow, it feels good. So I like it for you. All right. Thank you, Malia. Next. Who's next on the list? Rebecca? Is it Rebecca? I think it was Rebecca. Rebecca, you're next and last on the list as of right now. So if anyone else wants to get on the list, go get on the list. Otherwise, we're going to do Rebecca and then head out. Rebecca, what's your question, dear? You're welcome, Malia. Yeah, guys, I feel like I'll be like, I'm right at that transition point where in the cleanse where you start to feel human again, but I'm not 100% human yet. Yeah, and Rita if Rita pops up. All right, let's see what Rebecca most needs to know right now. What does Rebecca most need to know right now? Oh, that's not what I want to use. What does Miss Rebecca most need to know right now? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What does Miss Rebecca most need to know right now? Okay. Foundational energy, the Seven of Pentacles. Divine timing is at work in your life. Things are happening exactly and unfolding exactly as they're supposed to and in the time they're supposed to. You are highly blessed and highly favored. Interesting here. So, there's a female relationship in your life that's going to be very important in the coming weeks, and that's going to bring a lot of balance into your life. And they're coming in as the Queen of Pentacles. You're here as the Empress. You got the Empress card again. It's a really interesting time for you where you might see. Okay, thank you, Miss Mona. Thank you. Where you might see the opportunity to be really comfortable and settled in your feminine energy, and also share that with the people around you, including your children. I mean, you always do that, though. This is much more tangible as far as like the way it feels to me is like it's a friendship. And you know what's interesting is, not gonna lie, the Leo does tend to be present here because I keep seeing this picture of a little boy and a little girl, like toddlers, right? I mean, literally, I'm looking up at it. It's a picture of me and my cousin, but for some reason, that's what's standing out to me. I'm going to even show it to you. See this picture? That's me in the overalls. Ignore the yellow stain on my nose. I don't know what that is. And that's my cousin. We were about the same age, and we grew up together. But the reason this is important for you is, for some reason, let me put that back on the mirror. For some reason, this picture is what I keep being pulled to regarding this like friendship energy. So there's something here for you, and it's about a friendship, right? And it kind of brings me back to what we've looked at for you regarding you and that Leo. It is about friendship, but it's also about the foundation of friendship and what it can be. You've got the Six of Pentacles front and center. I don't know what the yellow stain is. It could be an external stain from something being spilled on it. I don't think so. I think it's something that happened to the actual photo. Like the actual coloring inside the photo, like maybe the sun or something got to it. I don't know. Anyway, with the Six of Pentacles, this to me is about a balance that's coming into your life, and it may be a balance you've never experienced before. It's really special. Okay, a balance that's coming into your life. Donald Trump is a goat as in a goat, or a goat as in the greatest of all time. I think there are people on both sides of that. So thank you. Yeah, it is. We were about I think we're about 2 years old. But the interesting thing here, you've got the Sun card crowning. This is really cool. This is so just, I just love this with the Sun card coming in for you. It's crowning everything. And you know, you see the two angels holding hands there. They're cherubim, so they kind of look like kids. Greatest of all time, brother. All right, hey, do you, boo? And I love that the Empress card is here for you also, Rebecca. There's just a really beautiful energy of balance, and you really, I think there. What this is about is through this friendship that's forming, you're going to see yourself in such a really beautiful way and such a strong light, and you're also going to know that you're putting. You notice how she's got this shield here, but it's also she's not holding the shield. She has the shield in case she needs it, in case she needs to protect or defend herself. The shield's within arm's reach, but she doesn't hold the shield. She's holding instead potentially some type of, I mean, if you in ancient Egyptian drawings, that kind of, what we don't know exactly what that flower is, but it was believed to be some sort of opium like narcotic, right? The effects of it. So this is about almost being enraptured with someone else, but also with yourself through their what they show you about yourself. It's a really beautiful thing, and that's what I feel is you most need to know right now, so that you don't, and remember that it's all about divine timing. And sometimes divine timing seems really slow in this heavy world we live in, the 3D, right? Just remember, it you never know. It things happen just when you least expect it. So sometimes the minute we are totally okay with being patient is the minute we don't have to be patient anymore, right? What are you guys talking about? Greatest of all time, brother? Or do you mean Lucifer go? See? Donald Trump is definitely not the greatest of all time, Mona says. Let's not get into Donald Trump on here, guys. I'll say this. I think we can all agree, if we're U.S. citizens, that we hope Donald Trump lives up to his biggest supporters' beliefs about him and shocks and surprises his biggest detractors and does a great job as president. I think we can all agree that that is our hope, those of us who want things to be good and safe and well in this country. So yeah, 3D is nasty. I mean, 3D is always kind of nasty, but yeah, love, love is like, that's the thing about when a lot of people think when you say like love is the most important thing, they think you're kind of just being like a sissy and talking about woo-woo stuff. But we all know in our lives, love is the most powerful thing on earth. I mean, love is the reason we put food on the table for our kids and we nurture them. And love is what causes the generations to hand things down to one another and to push forward. So love really is the most powerful thing. We just need to learn to expand that love further than just our immediate selves and people, right? We need to learn to expand it, I think, a little better, do a better job of that. Speaking of, love. Yeah, I'm going to post some stuff if anybody doesn't know where they can donate or help out with the wildfires right now. I just downloaded a bunch of information from an app that I'm going to share with you guys after this broadcast. No, don't say any more, Mona. Totally unnecessary. We got you. We got your back, girl. We got your back. Love will save the world for sure. Sympathy and emotional empathy. I agree. All right, Rebecca. Sorry, Rebecca. Sorry for that little aside, but here you go, honey. This is your oracle card. Oh God, Jane. You're right there in Los Angeles, aren't you? I completely spaced on that. Jane lives out there, you guys. Where are you right now? Janie, are you okay? Is everybody safe and sound where you are? Hang on real quick. Rebecca. It's your favorite topic, right? The fires are crazy. Yeah, that is. That's really, really special. It does take a lot sometimes not to react. I think I've had a lot of practice at it. I mean, I used to be much more reactive than I am now. What I would say, Liz, is you know what I've learned is like nothing I can say is going to change someone else's mind about what they think they know. And so, what's the point? Just try to be kind, compassionate, loving, and hope that you get the same in return. So, I try to live by that. Okay, so here we go, Rebecca. Rebecca, you've got Imrama. Imrama, this is beautiful. Where are you being called to journey to? So Imrama, this is about your journey, your experience, and you're going on a journey soon. You also have in your foundation, trust your path. Trust your path and where you're being called to journey to. So this is about the patience thing and knowing that you're embarking on some growth in this friendship that's going to be really life-changing, but it's also about how this is impacting your path. And like I first said, a feminine energy coming in too, that's a friend, that's going to impact you in a way that's going to change things. It's your energy, but it's reflected in someone else too, outside of that masculine, feminine Leo thing. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Miss Mona Reese. What is your question, Miss Mona Reese? Well, I'm glad you're okay, Jane, and safe and sound. I bet the smoke is difficult. You know, we have wildfires here in the Northeast Florida area, but they're usually about 20 miles outside of the city or on the other side of the city, and I'm 20 miles this way. Sometimes you can smell the smoke when it gets really bad. It's never life-threatening to any of us here, but I can't imagine as close as it probably has gotten to you how the air quality is. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Mona, hold that thought. Rebecca, when you said just a general, I just assumed you only had one. I'm sorry. Tell me your part two, Rebecca. Oh, I'll check, Mona. Hold on one sec. Gotcha, Mona. You're here. Okay, could you look into my sun, the Libra? All right. Yeah, let me use a different deck for that. Thank you. All right, hang on one sec. And Mona, I'll start with you. You'll be next. You're next. Ah. Okay, what is that? How funny is that? Look what's in the foundation. Libra, justice. Justice in the foundation. This is my different point of view tarot, so it doesn't look exactly like it's from a different point of view. So kids playing, happiness. This is a good sign. I do see the star card coming out. The Six of Chalices. There's a friendship. Again, a lot of friendship energy here. There's some sort of, maybe it's a friendship between him and his father, right? I don't know, but there's some sort of soul connection here that this is going to allow for, and it's a positive energy. Six of Pentacles also, some balancing. Hermit card coming out here, that Virgo energy. I like this. I think, it always is going to come down to free will, whether things work out the way that this is saying it can, because it is free will. Wow. So we got the Libra card and the Virgo card there, two majors. Yeah, I would say, and especially with the star coming out here, yeah, it's a really good idea. And I think it's you really allowing for the possibility of their relationship to maybe, I don't know what their relationship is like, But it looks here like there's an opportunity for it to improve. If it's great, then it's even going to it has a chance to get even better. If it's not perfect, then it has a chance to improve quite a bit. Aquarius rising. Interesting. I really like this. I like the way this looks, and I think it's the right thing for you to do, because what you're really doing, I know it may seem like it's you doing something to kind of, and maybe that's where your resistance is, because you don't want to feel like you're, taking a problem off your hands if there's issues and stuff. But what you're actually doing has nothing to do with that. What you're doing is allowing for a man and his son to really deepen that bond and connection, and to grow together, and for your son to grow up and become a man in a way that maybe he couldn't do without his father there. That's what this feels like to me. So I think it's very powerful, and I would say don't even hesitate to let it happen. I think it would too. I really do. I feel that way. A lot comes up in those cards with that. It feels like it's the right thing and the timing is right. And trust the timing of things, right? If it feels you're very intuitive. And if it feels distant, if it feels different to you now, there's a reason it feels different than it has in the past. Why am I hearing the word distant, though? So is it the distance that bothers you? What's your resistance? Is it the distance? I'm sure he does have resistance to it. I would make if I were in your situation, maybe you guys could come to an agreement for him to try it, for just a short-term trial period, and then check back in about it. You didn't feel. I really believe that there are, my parents were divorced, and I ended up sort of, I lived with my mom when I was younger, and with my dad more as I got older. But I spent time with both of them. It was more like joint custody. But I definitely felt like as I got into my teens, I needed more my dad than my mom, to be honest. There were things that I didn't want to talk to my mom about, to be honest with you, or my dad. But, everybody's different. But just know it's an opportunity for him, probably, that you know what it reminds me of? And I've heard people say this in the past too. It reminds me of King Solomon and the two women that were fighting. Have you guys ever heard this is a Bible story. For those of you who are, turned off by like Judaism or Christianity, I apologize. This is an Old Testament Bible story, but it really has relevance in this conversation. King Solomon, there's a story of King Solomon that there were two women fighting over a baby. And he didn't know who the baby's they both were claiming to be the mother of this baby. And because they were fighting over him, the answer that King Solomon had was to literally cut the baby in half and give each one half of the baby. And one woman was okay with that. And the other woman said, no, I would rather my child survive and be whole, if that's what it takes, than to be with me. And what happened is by making that sacrifice, that's by being willing to make that sacrifice to save her son. That's how Solomon knew who the child's true mother was. And I think there's a sense in this too of that story and what you're doing. It's a sacrifice of your own needs because it might be what's best for your son, right? At this point in time. So that's showing that you are that's not failing as a mother. That's showing that you're getting outside of yourself and putting his needs truly first, right? That's how it seems to me. So, of course you're enough. But you're not a father, you're a mother. You know what I mean? You're his mother. And you probably, for a lot of his life, had to be both, right? But at this point, there may be... It is, but it's the right thing, Rebecca. It's the right thing. You're literally saying at this point in time, I think it's the right thing. It's what's going to maybe save him. And that's probably more important. That's definitely more important than my feelings. And it's not because you're not enough or that you aren't a great mom. It's because you're his mother. And that's, whether he's always been there, that is his father. And maybe this is a time that he can, the timing, it feels like very specific divine timing to me. It really does. And I think it's absolutely the right thing. And you know what? I mean, it's hard on parents. Kids grow up and they leave the nest anyway, and he's getting close to that time anyway. But this is specific to, you know, what's best for him. And it feels really, yeah, that story of Solomon just came right to my mind about how he knew what really was the mark of the mother was that she was willing to sacrifice her own wants for what would keep the child whole. Yeah, he's 15. I mean, so he's going to be going out on his own anyway soon, and he needs something. He needs something that I think if he's, you know, he would be fine without even, you know, I'm not saying kids don't do fine that don't have dads around. They do. We can do fine with that. But if there's an opportunity, and there is, for his dad to help, try it. And you don't have to say, okay, you're going to live with your dad. That's the decision. Make it with him. Talk with him about it and really, you know, go into what you think is right. But I would definitely give him an option of, you know, trial basis thing. Because if he's truly miserable, which I don't think that's not what this feels like will happen. But if he is truly miserable, then of course you want him to be able to come home. But I think there's an opportunity here. The star card is strong. There's powerful transformation here in a positive way. And I think it's going to come from him getting the chance to really see. I don't know. I feel like there's something fractured. I don't know. You and I have talked about some stuff, but we haven't talked too much about this. I feel like something's a little fractured between him and his dad. And I think there's an opportunity for that to heal. And as a mom, that's amazing that you would give that opportunity. So I would give yourself credit more than anything for being willing to put him first like that. I think that's very powerful. Yes, the list is open, Nora. Welcome. So it's $20 for one question, $25 if you have two questions. All right, let's pull an oracle card, Rebecca. Oracle cards. You've got the mirror card coming out. This is interesting. Mirror card. It says, who or what is triggering you? Yeah, and I think that's another part of it. Really look at what is the resistance, because you obviously want to do what's best, and you will, but there may be other things involved in this too. So check that mirror card out for whatever it's worth. And then the Menticon card is in your foundation. The Menticon card, longing for home and belonging. The original light workers. This is interesting. I'm not going to talk too much about it. You can take that for what it meant, how it resonates for you. Longing for home and belonging, the original light workers, that's in your foundation. And then the mirror card is what came out for you. Thank you, Rebecca. Good luck with that situation, honey. All right. So next was Ms. Mona. And she put the question up, I think. Okay. What's going to happen within the near future? And then your second one is about your mother. Okay. Welcome, guys. Janie always has good advice. What is in the near future for Mona? You have the King of Chalices in your foundation. 10 of Pentacles behind that. Mona, there is an opportunity for you in this. There's an opportunity for you to how long will the return of Jose be? Who's Jose? Are you talking about my Jose? My friend Jose? Are you talking, is that your question about someone you know named Jose? I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. Yes, thank you, Nora. You're on the list. You're next after Mona. So Mona, With the King of Chalices here in the foundation, also right behind that, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, there's an energy of something that was broken coming back together. Also, Mona, you have the Judgment card here. What I was just saying, that was upside down. I didn't see it until just now. The energy of something that was dead coming back to life. So that was spot on, I guess. And this is happening right now in the immediate future. You've got the Queen of Wands, so you have a very powerful influence on this energy and on what's happening too. Don't forget that you can influence things. You also have the Six of Pentacles, which is about balance and about an equal give and take happening in a relationship that maybe wasn't there before. And then you have, as an outcome card, the Temperance card. So balance is coming to something that is coming back to life, a new opportunity for reciprocity and equal give and take in a relationship that possibly has not been there in the recent past. This is good. I would also want you to focus on the fact that something that you thought would be long-term, then it seemed like it would not, because it came to either an ending or an apparent ending, is now back on track to be long-term. This is the first part I lost you. Oh, okay. So what I was saying is, it looks to me, I'll just kind of nutshell this. There's something coming back into your life that looked like it was dead or ended or over, and it's coming back to life. And it's an opportunity for an equal give and take, a balance to a relationship that wasn't there before is coming in now, and it's going to be much more equal. There's going to be a lot of reciprocity there. And so I feel like when meditating, who should I reach out to? You know, when I meditate, I don't really reach out to anyone. I kind of am more, it's more going within. So I don't really know how to answer that. Who should you reach out to? What do you mean? Can you specify what you mean, Mona, on that question? Like, is there specific like energies or like a higher power you're wanting to reach out to and you're not sure? What do you, I don't know that I'm really clear on what you mean. Can you tell me? I'm going to move on to the next question real quick about your mom, and then we'll go back to that. Show me the energy for Mona with her mother. What can she expect from that relationship, and what should she do about that? I'll tell you, when I meditate, when I first started meditating, and I had trouble doing it, you're right. I did used to reach out for help. And I remember I used to do a guided meditation to Archangel Michael. It was probably Archangel Michael. Because that was, I don't even remember why, but that was a big help to me. So I probably mentioned Archangel Michael as a help to help you begin to meditate and to get more comfortable sort of going in within. Yeah, that's very true. He's the protector, right? All right, so this thing with your mother looks a little rough. So on the one hand, the relationship is not ended. It does have the Hanged Man energy, like the energy between the two of you is stuck, but it's long term. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. This relationship is going to endure and be long term, but you also have the Eight of Swords too, another stuck energy, a feeling of being trapped, like you're not making movement, and the Five of Wands, which is some conflict. It could be some low vibrational conflict too, some conflict that's a little bit lacking in maturity. And when we have conflict with our parents that feel that way, it can be very frustrating for the child. Like, you expect your parent to be more mature, right? And more willing to compromise sometimes. We hope they will be, but that's not always the case. You do have the Strength card as an outcome. And so this is happening for a higher purpose with your mother, and it is going to reach a good resolution. And in your foundation, you have the Ten of Cups, right? So there is going to be a happy resolution to this. I don't see any action for you to take, though, to bring that on. I think it's more important for you to, yes, reach out to Archangel Michael. look for the silver lining, and also remember to sort of use that mirroring thing to your benefit, to help you see yourself in her, right? And how the more we love ourselves, the more this has been my experience. The more okay I am with myself, and the more I love and accept myself, the easier it is for me to be in good relationship with my family, because we see so much of ourselves in our family. And if we're at odds with ourselves, we're usually going to be at odds with our family, because they remind us of ourselves the most, and they're going to bring up things in ourselves, that type of thing. So the more you heal yourself, the better your chance for healing with your mother will be, obviously. And it'll be easier for you to see her in a more accepting and loving way, and vice versa too. You can only change you. You can't change her, right? So just focus on that aspect of it, and I'm sure you will have better results. The relationship isn't going anywhere. And I think she will, given that opportunity in time. Wow. Hold on. You've got cards flying in every direction for this answer, for these questions. Okay. Foundation is the soul family card. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And remember, sometimes your actual family isn't your tribe. Your soul family is, and that's okay. Right? That's okay. Call in your soul family. Call in your tribe. That's something you should probably do as part of the focus of your meditations, is connecting with your soul family. And you have the Starseed card coming out as well. You also have the Birthing a New Age card, a lot of Starseed energy there. And the biggest one that came out to me is the Mirror card. Like I said, really do that mirror work within yourself, and that's going to help the relationship with your mom more than almost anything, I would say. Okay. Thank you so much, Mona. I wish you the best with that. Next is Nora. Nora, I got your payment. I'd like to know if there is romantic love coming my way. Okay. Romance. Jane Thing, thank you, Jane Thing, for your always on-the-spot add-ons and help. Hi. Welcome. All right, let's see. Ace of Pentacles in the Foundation. So, that is something tangible being offered to you by the universe. So I would say, as far as something coming, love or romance or anything in the near future, when you see the Ace of Pentacles in your Foundation, this is definitely about being receptive, not having to go out and chase something, which is really never the answer. Be receptive. You don't need to get on a dating app. It's going to come to you in the right way. You have the Star card here, which does represent transformation. It also represents you having a little bit of a glow up. So if you want love to come in, be receptive and focus on self-care, self-love, self-care, and that kind of glow up coming your way. You also have the Magus, which is about manifesting energy. The Fool, there is something new coming in here, but it's not gonna come from you jumping off to I just got on one. Oh, did you? Well, listen, I'm not saying you have to delete the app or get off of it, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if that's the answer, and I'll give you a reason for that. Like, my brother was on one recently, and he went on a few different dates from the app, and, none of them went further than one date, and I find he was getting frustrated, and I told him, I said, Nick, like, you're going to meet, like, he was telling me about different experiences. I was like, and none of those are your person. When you meet your person, she's going to be down for what you're trying to do. Like, it'll just happen. And he ended up meeting his girlfriend at work. She made it clear that she was interested in him. Like, I just don't feel, there's nothing wrong with dating apps, but I really don't feel, especially if you're a spiritual minded person, you know that that's not necessary. The person that you're supposed to meet will literally show up on your front door. Okay? Like literally. Or run into you at the grocery store or at the gym or on the beach or at Disney World or wherever. If you're living your life and you're in your balanced, destined path, that person will show up. Focus on the newness in your life, new energy, starting new things, trying new things, doing new things. This full energy is what's going to bring you to that next place, that next experience. And I do think love is coming in. You have the Princess of Cups though, so it may not be your ultimate partner, but it could be the penultimate or the next to penultimate, right? It's here, it's coming. And with that Ace of Pentacles in your foundation, it's right there. It's not far off, right? This is going to happen very quickly, right? So just remember that. All right, I'm going to pull a card, oracle card here. White horse with wings. Ooh. What is that? Pegasus? I think that's called Pegasus in like Greek mythology or some kind of mythology. All right. So you're being guided to play. Just have fun. Don't overthink it. Don't overwork it. Just have fun and play. And take a break. Maybe you need to go on vacation somewhere, Nora, or just give yourself a break. In your foundation, you have the Great Gathering. It says it's all coming together. It's all coming together right now. So this is just about you knowing who you are and what you want. And when you focus on that as if you already have it, it will come to you. It will. That's just the way the universe works. It's a law. It's a reality. When you experience what you want as if you already have it, truly, and you can feel it, that means it's going to come. It's going to come. There's no blocking or stopping that. You just have to really get there, get in it, and feel it. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I am going to call it a night, call it a wrap. Thank you all for coming in tonight. Send me good vibes and good energy for the rest of this cleanse because I am still not 100%, but I'm getting there. And I hope you guys all have a great night. Happy full moon. Do something good for yourself. We have a new moon coming in a couple weeks, and that's a great time to write down some new manifestations. Nora, write down some manifestations about love and go outside and just send them up to the new moon energy and feel them. And that'll really start what you're trying to call in. All right, guys. Love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jane, for all of your help and insights. Thank you, everybody else. Love you guys. Good night.